So this is prone rotator cuff activation. The main priority here is that we're just getting the cuff in an isolated contraction. So many times the cuff is going to be co-contracting with the tricep and the scapular musculature. In this position, we kind of take those guys out of it and we have access to the cuff on its own. So it's a 90-90 position, 90 degrees at the armpit, 90 degrees at the elbow. The first movement is a whole limb lift. So you're trying to keep neutral in terms of the elbows not twisting, rotating. We're just going straight up. Go ahead and come on back down. The second concern here is that the wrist isn't driving the contraction. The wrist is also at neutral. Okay, so you're gonna lift up, hold, just parallel to the ground is plenty, and really concentrate on this deep cuff right from the top of the blade, deep into the ball and socket joint on its own. Likely 10 seconds will be the right dose. Now the second drill here is what we would call a cuff hinge. Now the elbow stays home and the hinge will be applied there at the elbow, probably twice as hard, if not 3 times as hard. 10 seconds again, slowly lower down. Now same kind of point as performance for the last one. Try to keep neutral at the wrist. Because of the difficulty here, you're gonna see people try to crank up. They're gonna be using wrist extensors, not actually lifting at the cuff. Okay, so we'll go one more time. Elbows down, wrist is in neutral, right into the cuff itself. About 10 seconds again is probably the right dose, and relax. Now, we'll progress to start getting that tricep and that scapular system to come back into the party. So you go straight elbow, straight arm. Now we're locked out at the elbow and we're at 90 degrees at the armpit still. One cue here is that what we don't want is a huge shrug from the upper trap. So we don't want the blade moving into the ear. We just want the blade coming straight against the spine. So we're gonna set here 1, lift 2. And it's gonna be a 10-second isometric again. Really thinking about firing where the blade meets the spine, as well as right in that posterior shoulder cuff again. Okay. One riff here now to get a little bit greater cuff firing specific to the infraspinatus. We're going to bias a little bit more external rotation. So the thumb is going to come up. The hand is now perpendicular to the ground. So same initiation, cuff moving down into the spine. Whole limb lifts up and holds. And again, this one's considerably harder than what we just showed. 10-second hold here is the goal. And rest. And that's our prone rotator cuff activation series.